What's going on, hot dog lovers? Let's continue on with the menu. Okay, so we talked about the hot dogs, the all beef hot dogs with chili, cheese. We talked about that. Now, what I do is I sell a combo package. Like if you go to McDonald's and say, hey, instead of just giving me the burger, I want the fries and a drink. You do the same thing with a hot dog cart. So the type of drinks I sell are Coke products. Now, I'm not saying that Coke is better than Pepsi or anything like that. I just chose to go with Coke products. And usually when you go with Coke products, you don't go to Pepsi products. So I haven't had not one person ever come to me and say, hey, you know what? Those Coke products, do you have anything Pepsi? No, I have no one ask me that. They'll either, if a Pepsi drinker will drink Coke, and I've seen that. So with the Coke products, we have the Coke, the Diet Coke. You definitely gonna need those two, Coke and Diet Coke. Now people are on the diet kick, so more people will drink Diet than Coke. We have Orange Crush, Grape Crush, right? Orange Crush and Grape Crush, we have that, and we have Sprite. Now, what I've learned is that Sprite, when you're doing this, that's gonna be you're not gonna get too many sales of Sprite. Sprite is that unique thing. Some people just kind of come and say, hey, do you happen to have a Sprite? Also, you're gonna need water in it. So it goes like this: Diet Coke is probably gonna be your best seller. Then Coke. Then you're gonna get those people to say, oh my gosh, you have an Orange Crush and Grape Crush? I remember that when I was a kid. And then you're gonna get those people. Then you're always gonna have your water people, and then, like I said, comes in last the Sprite. Chips. Keep it simple with the chips. I have Doritos, plain Lay's, barbecue Lay's, Sun Chips, and Cheetos. And I'll give you the breakdown with that. You're probably gonna have people like more Cheetos. Cheetos and Lay's plain potato chips are gonna be your two biggest sellers. Sun Chips are for your health nuts. You know, you're gonna have some people that thinks that we have the Sun Chips Harvest Cheddar. Good choice. Not gonna be a great seller. It's probably gonna be like your Sprite, but you're gonna have some people that want it, right? So, and I'm talking about the small little grab bags, you know, and you can include those in your combo. And actually, you know what? I might as well just talk price here now, just to get it out of the way. What we usually do is we charge $3.25 for the hot dog, right? And that's the Ford one. Now, some people have charged $3.25 for the 81. Now, let me explain that for those of you who don't know what I mean. Ford one is just basically a thicker hot dog like that. 81 would definitely be just something like that, okay, smaller size. And I just feel that when people come up to me and argue, it's not everyone, and say, hey, you know, why are you selling the hot dog for $3.25? Isn't that a little extreme? And then when they see it, they're like, okay, got it, understood. Never ask that question again, because I give them a bigger dog. That's what I've kind of noticed. So $3.25 for the dog, $4.25 if you want chili. So we add, it's an additional $1 if you want chili, and $5 if you want to get the hot dog, the chips, and a drink. And a lot of the times you're good with that. But here's what I've learned, and this is what people are telling me, and I may implement this process this year. You don't want like even numbers. I mean, you don't want to have even numbers, because another one of your things that's going to happen is you want to, and this is going to be a great success in your business, tips. You know, so let's say, for instance, you say $5.25 for your combo. Now all of a sudden, if somebody gives you $6, boom, you've broken that bill up. Now you give them 75 cents. A lot of people don't want to carry change around. Guess where they're going to take that 75 cents? They're going to take that 75 cents and dump it in your tip jar, right? So you always want to kind of have some quarter in there to get that 75 cents. So I honestly made raise my price to $5.25 for the combos, right? So yeah, that's something that you want to do. You know, maybe I need to dedicate a section to tips, because tips is something that is very important. I mean, let me talk about that a little bit. Some people say, dude, you can't make much money at a hot dog cart, right? And they only focus on you getting that $3.25 or you getting that $5. But one thing that people fail to realize is that you're going to get a lot of people that are going to tip you, right? And if you add in the cost of the hot dog and the tips, then this is what makes your numbers go through the roof, you know? So I'm going to talk about tips a little bit more. I think I can do it better justice if I put it all by itself. But so we have that out of the way. The menu, we got that. Oh, also too, let me give you this. Here are some sauces that I have. This right here is made by Wolbers. Sweet and spicy mustard. People like spice, people like sweet. You know, you kind of have to. I can't tell you what works for me, and you're in a whole different market in your area. You know, here's another one I have, Chicago style hot dog relish, right? Another one I have is the hot dog relish. This is 4-pepper. So this one has a little spice to it. And as you can see, all of the, this is pretty much all gone because people like spice. So if you're going to have your thing up there, add something spicy. And here's what I've heard. People have asked for jalapenos, right? A little spice. Make sure, some people like hot sauce. If I were you, I would get the Asian hot sauce with the rooster on it. Those of you who are frequent at Chinese restaurants, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Put that out there. Give your people options in a day. Now, hear what I'm saying? Once you put alcohol in the mix, you want to go ketchup, mustard, sweet relish, mayo. Because drunk people or kids, they will destroy your condiments. So this is for people when you're at outdoor festivals and you're dealing with people who haven't touched alcohol yet. You want to give them options. So, go to your store, see what exotic they have, see what plain they have, and put it out there and let the people decide. And the people will let you know what you need to get and what you don't need to get. So you don't need to concentrate on, just give them some options. Give them some hot options and give them some sweet options. And you can't go wrong there. All right. So let's continue on here. Now we are talking about and this goes out to my ADHD people. Okay. You're in a hot dog cart business, right? You're not in the hot dog cart / fried chicken business, or the hot dog cart / fried chicken or fried catfish business, or fried okra and fried Oreos, and the list goes on. You know, sometimes you go to people's menu and they just have all these things, and the first thing that comes to my mind is food waste. You're not going to sell. If you specialize in one area, you'll get your results in that one area. You don't confuse people. Like, let's just say the name of your business is Jerry's Hot Dog Stand, right? But then when I go to your hot dog stand, you don't even sell hot dogs. You sell chicken. Isn't that going to kind of confuse people? So keep it simple, stupid. You know, if you actually want to go to another food, open another food stand. But stick with your hot dog on your hot dog cart. If you want to do anything, create another hot dog, but don't create another food product and all this stuff. And what I mean by creating a hot dog, actually this year we're thinking of implementing another dog. We haven't came up with it yet. We have a few ideas, but we're thinking of implementing another dog just to add some more excitement to our hot dog cart, right? So if you give people options, maybe you can name the dog after your city or a famous thing in your city that's kind of funny or whatever, or give your dog a funny name. Make your business exciting, right? So that's what I'm about to say on that. Keep selling hot dogs. Don't switch. Now, some of you are going to get the idea of, I want to make my own sauce. I went to culinary art school, and I don't think the sauces out here do justice, so I want to make my own. A lot of work. Look, when you're out there and you have a long line of people, and you're trying to get these people through the line, first of all, you're not going to make enough sauce. Making sauce is going to be exhausting for you. I mean, our days are sometimes we go do the lunch. We're done at 2:30. We come back home. Let's just say, let me give you a day of a Friday. So you go do your lunch, you come back home, you're at home by 2 o'clock, and you sit down and you get your pots and pans washed, and you got to go through all that to get ready for your night. Then all of a sudden, nighttime comes at 9 o'clock and it comes fast. You got to take those pots and pans, set up, and do the same thing all over again. You come back in the wee hours of the night, you lay your head down, and then wake up, and then you got to do it all over again, right? So where are you going to have the time to make this special sauce of yours? No. Get some sauces already made and you will be fine, right? Don't add extra work on this. Your only work needs to be that you are supplying great hot dogs to your customers. That's it. What else do I have here? For this one, I think that's it, you know. Actually, you know what? Let me take some time right now to talk about tips so I don't have to talk about it in the next video. Tips, like I said, are a great thing. You want to break that change up and get those tips. Especially when you're dealing with the late night crowd, your tips will be a lot better. You find in the daytime, you don't have people that tip much. But I just gave you an example of how you can get people to tip by the breaking the change up. But at night, man, I've had people give me $20. I didn't even buy a hot dog. Say, hey, thank you for being out here, you know, and people tend to spend more money. You get a guy to come to the booth and say, hey, can I get 20 hot dogs? And he's buying 20 hot dogs for his friend, and he wake up the next day and he's like, what the heck did I do? But hey, you're not there to judge. You're there to say, hey, you want it, I'll supply it. So when you put your tip jar out there, but make your tip jar creative, you know, put a funny saying on it, you know. You can go to Google and type in all kinds of funny sayings on a tip, but gotta have your tip. If you don't have a tip jar, you lose it. And some people might feel like, well, they're paying for the hot dog. Why do I want them to tip? Put a tip jar out there. Why do you tip your waitress? You know, she does her job. She gets paid for it, but you tip her. So please put the tip jar out there. Some people are going to tip you, some people not. And when they tip you, say thank you. When they don't tip you, keep your mouth closed. They don't have to tip you. So don't get so caught up in that and we're like, well, that person didn't tip, you're rude, or I'm not going to serve you better. Serve every customer the same way. Great customer service. So, that's it for right here on that video. I want to give you just little pieces at a time so you can absorb, write it down, and move, you know. So I think on my next video, I want to talk about maybe location. Location is what I want to probably speak on. So with that said, see you at the next course.